Well, I've been asked if I will comment on will the church be in a different shape moving forward. I wrote a whole host of things down there relating to this, but eventually I decided I'm just going to concentrate on one aspect, and that is what we've been doing since the lockdown associated with putting services online. Basically, Leslie Crawley pointed out some time ago, we are getting more hits on these services than our total congregation in the parish. I don't know the numbers there, but I do know on the sung service that we produced, within the following week we had over 700 views of that on Facebook. So we're actually getting quite a wide viewing, a wide audience, and if you're looking at aspects of outreach, then this is something that we really need to consider looking at even when we're back down to a normal church. The other thing is that it's quite obvious that Alan is getting much better at editing and producing these things. Those of us doing the music are getting more used to doing it. We're building up quite a bit of expertise in this area. There's several ways we could go. I'm not suggesting for a moment that once we're back into church we also do a weekly online, because the amount of work involved is just horrific. But maybe we should be considering doing that type of thing less frequently. It could be once a month or less than that. One thing that occurred to me is that at the start of bank holidays we often get very few people in church because they're all on holiday. That might be a time to do it. However, I think once a month, for example, might be something we could manage. There's the other aspect of all this is a live broadcast. Most of you will know that Margaret's been broadcasting hymns 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning live on Facebook. She's been getting over 100 hits on that. We could do the same thing. We could broadcast the services from any of the churches live, although initially it would only be St Mark's because that's where the internet access is. There's a whole host of issues associated with that, not least safeguarding. The fact that people might feel self-conscious if they're they're being broadcast live. You might actually discourage people. You might need time for people to get used to it, but it is something to think about. One intermediate thing on that would actually be easier and certainly cheaper to institute is videoing services and then editing and issuing them online shortly afterwards. That would be quite straightforward to do. The disadvantage would be it's a lot of work for whoever's doing the producing and editing. And all these things, you've got the safeguarding aspects. We have vulnerable people, we have children, you have to get permission, or if the permission is not forthcoming, you have to make sure you're doing the videoing so you're not actually explicitly producing images of them. However, my overall feeling is that when we get back to normal, we ought to consider having an online presence of services in some way or other. I think it's reaching a lot of people. I think we're actually doing it quite well, and it would be a shame to lose that. And that's all I'll have to say on this. Thank you.